Hello class, and welcome to the video lecture for recording transactions for dividends, treasury stock, and retained earnings. The first learning unit introduces one of the most common measurements of the value of a company's stock, the book value. First, let's go over some new terms. Redemption value is the price a company can buy its own stock back from a stockholder. This is something determined in advance, and when stock is purchased, the right of the company to buy back the stock is relayed to the buyer. Market value is the price at which shares of capital stock are bought and sold in the open market. Book value per share is the total stockholders' equity divided by the number of shares issued. When a corporation only has one class of stock, which must be common stock, book value is calculated by dividing total stockholders' equity by total shares outstanding. In this example, we have the paid-in capital section of stockholders' equity. Total stockholders' equity is at the bottom, $450,000. The number of shares is 10,000, listed on the first line. So $450,000 divided by 10,000 shares is $45 per share. But what if we have preferred and common stock? In that case, we have to separate the total stockholders' equity into that which is attributed to preferred stock and that which is attributed to common stock. This is calculated by using the formula on the screen. First, the book value of preferred stock is calculated as the full redemption value of the preferred shares, which is equal to the redemption value per share times the number of preferred shares, plus the total dividends in arrears, all divided by the number of preferred shares. The book value for common stock is calculated by taking the total stockholders' equity, subtracting the amount we determined was attributable to preferred, and divide that number by the number of common shares. Let's look at an example. We have preferred 7% stock, $100 par value, authorized 3,000 shares, cumulative and non-participating. 2,000 of these authorized shares are issued and outstanding. The redemption value of the preferred shares is $103, and there are $14,000 of dividends in arrears. So first we determine the book value of the preferred shares, which is redemption value plus dividends in arrears, all divided by the number of preferred shares outstanding. The redemption value is $103 per share times the number of shares outstanding, which was 2,000, which equals 206,000. Then we add the dividends in arrears of 14,000 to arrive at a total of 220,000. Now we divide that by the number of preferred shares outstanding of 2,000 to arrive at a book value of $110 per share. Now let's determine the book value of common shares. We have common stock with par value of $50. 12,000 common shares are authorized, and 10,000 have been issued and are outstanding. Total stockholders' equity is $894,000. Remember, when we have both preferred and common stock, we determine the book value for preferred stock first, which we did in the previous slide. Now, to determine the book value of common shares, we take the total amount of stockholders' equity, which was $894,000, and subtract the amount we allocated to the preferred shares in the previous slide, which was $220,000. This gives us $674,000, which is the amount of stockholders' equity allocated to common shareholders. Then we divide it by the number of common shares, which is 10,000, to arrive at a book value per share of $67.40. So that wraps up Learning Unit 1. In the next Learning Unit, we'll start recording dividend transactions.